potatoes.
Balls.
Nards.
Are we live?
Boner.
Oh,
Are you there?
we are.
All right. You guys ready?
Absolutely.
Ready to knock this one out of the park?
That's right.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, whoop. Welcome to the After Two Beers podcast. I'm Dutch Dalton, joined as always by Kimmy Kablar.
That's me.
And also joining us again, one of my, this is 5 now.
5. It has to be 5.
You hit the Cinco.
Yes.
That's right. Michael Puddin Summers, thanks for joining us again.
Thank you.
Yes. If this is your first time watching After Two Beers, what we basically do is we have a couple drinks, and then we discuss random things that are, prevalent in the day, things you hear
You
about.
almost said perverlent.
Prevalent.
A little perverted.
Yeah, that comes in
that
later.
Too.
Yeah. Why are you looking at me when you say that,
Yeah.
you pervert?
Yeah. We have a couple drinks. We feel like it takes the filter off a little bit, makes it a little bit more real. It's kind of like if you had like a big bottle of vodka on a Friday night.
Yep.
And you're just going to be as open and honest as you can when you've been drinking,
That's true.
right? And so the idea is like if you're hanging out with us, maybe we're sitting around a bonfire, maybe we're hanging out at a bar, or maybe we're just driving down a country road,
With your pants off.
with a sober driver,
With a sober driver, yes.
with your pants off.
With my pants off.
If that's how you like to ride around the country, buddy.
That's how I get comfy. That's how I get down to business. We talk. Don't be ashamed.
I'm not gonna lie, you tripped me up, and I'm okay with it. Something about riding around the country with your pants off just got me. Make sure you visit after2beers.com. That is the number 2. You can find links to our past episodes and some of the cool guests we've had on the show. This week's show, we have the Am I the Asshole segment. Yeah.
You missed something, though. What else is on our website?
Well, I'm coming to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I should go through the rundown with you guys before we start.
No. I like element of surprise.
I like spontaneity.
We have Gibbler's Giblets as always, and then in A to B News, I heard this statistic, and I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't know people re-wore their socks.
People rewear their socks?
Apparently,
They do.
A lot of people do.
Yes.
And it's weird to me.
The only time that I have is when I forgot socks, but I had an extra pair in my golf bag.
This is going to sound weird. I think I'd rather re-wear my boxers than to re-wear the socks.
Oh, I would. That just makes your feet extra stinky.
Anyway, we're going to talk
I
about.
want to do neither.
See, this is the kind of stuff that's important that we discuss on this show.
That's why you have 2 beers and then talk about it.
That's right. Another very important topic I found. We can dive into this if you want. It's apparently a poll has been put together about what countries have the largest penises.
What countries?
Yes.
Okay.
And you'll see where the United States ranks, and they did 90 countries, and we're not even in the top half.
It's not the size. We all know that. We all know the U.S. is the best.
It's the wiggle and the worm.
Have you ever had a dream where in the dream you're freaking out? You're like, fuck, I'm going to jail, or I crashed my car, or I'm getting a DUI.
Every night.
Do you? Like you just wake up with the bed screams?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, a guy in Illinois had a dream that he was being robbed, and he shot the intruder in the dream, and now he's facing real-life felony charges.
What?
Yeah, we got a story on that.
Okay. Was it somebody that lived in the home?
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
You could say that.
Yeah.
You could say that.
It was himself. We'll talk about that.
Oh, my God.
And a guy in Indianapolis, he shot a wild animal in his front yard the other day. And
It was the neighbor's husky.
but he got arrested because he was shooting in the direction of a family that was outside, including an 8-year-old. But when you hear what animal it was, you're going to know this guy must have been like an assassin.
Okay.
Absolute expert marksman.
We want to make sure we do our thank yous first and foremost to our Patreon sponsors. If you like the show, if you're listening to it, or if you're watching it, I'm
You're struggling a little bit.
I am, and I'm not even liquored yet. Maybe that's the
Maybe
problem.
that's the problem.
If you like the show and you want to throw a little tip in the old tip jar for us, we'd greatly appreciate it. We've got an extra guest now, so it's just way more beer being drank, so we need
Right.
the money.
Hey, I tried to bring some.
I know you did. We don't. So, a big thank you to our Patreon sponsors. You can find a link to it on our webpage, and for as little as $1 a month, you can support the show, and we would greatly appreciate that. And then we also want to make sure we thank our buddy Kevin Shook, who basically does all of the audio, and it would be a pretty good one.
Probably
Mine would be
99.
mine would either be A League of Their Own or Sweet Home Alabama.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah.
I can't know. I know I've seen bits and pieces.
A baby in a bar.
Yeah, that's
It's a
Reese
girl flick. It
Witherspoon.
really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right. So here are some of the responses that we had on our webpage today. Kendra Jordan says Jurassic Park or Jaws.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Jenny Reynolds also said Jaws. Larry Lawman said Shawshank Redemption. I think I'm right there with him
Yeah,
on that
that's
one.
on every other night.
I love that, and I still watch it every
Still
time.
watch it.
Every
First
time.
Yeah, Lindsay Hobson said, "Remember the Titans." Sean Michael Gallegos said, "The Breakfast Club." Christy Sadler Anderson said, "Steel Magnolias." Michael Summers said, "The Big Lebowski."
Absolutely.
Some of the other answers: Pretty Woman, Dirty Dancing, Friday. I think I could do that
Oh, I
one.
could probably do Friday.
Step Brothers, Blazing
Oh,
Saddles, The Labyrinth, The Blues Brothers. I think I could do that one too. Top Gun was mentioned a couple times. Little Nicky. That's a his poor Adam Sandler movie.
I've only seen that thing like once, and I was not
Exactly.
impressed.
Betty Mickey on there. You're definitely a fan.
I bet you that's one more time than Adam Sandler's seen it. That guy's loaded. So what's one for you? Did you respond?
I didn't respond on the Facebook, but probably A League of Their Own or Sweet Home Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then obviously you said The Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some for sure. Like Office Space or
yeah.
some of those that I've just watched too
Have,
many.
have you seen Miss Stippler?
Yeah. Field of
Oh, yeah.
Dreams is another one that I've seen too many times. Good good
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas,
or
yeah.
Casino. Yeah.
yeah, any of those. All right. So there we go with that. You guys are gonna have to fire me up.
Come on now.
I know,
Let's go.
right?
Drink a beer. or something.
I'm gonna have to chug a beer or something. This is normally where we would rely on Fireball. All right. You know what, Giblet? Let's go ahead and jump into your giblets.
You want my giblets?
Let's do your giblets.
All
It's
right.
on.
I got some giblets for you today.
The question mark was,
Oh.
if you had to recite 90% of a movie and you would get $100,000 for being 90% correct, what movie would you recite? And a lot of Coen Brother movies, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, go ahead, Gibbler.
All right. Let's start out with. Let's do this one. So, the man who voiced Optimus Prime also did the voice for Eeyore and Nintendo's Mario.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I'm like, man,
Pretty distinctive voice there.
pretty
so.
distinctive voice. So that was the first one. In case anybody ever wondered how much wood a woodchuck could chuck,
A woodchuck
if a woodchuck could chuck wood,
Okay.
a woodchuck can chuck approximately 136 cubic centimeters of wood. Now I don't know exactly how much that is because I don't know. I'm one of those that I'm like centimeters to inches. I'm always confused.
Yeah, I was
But
like
yeah,
centimeters. makes
I'm
it
guessing
bigger.
it's a decent amount of wood.
Oh, my God. I love the fact that you read it and you're like, I'm going to bring this one up, but I'm not even going to calculate it because
Right?
I don't really care.
I just thought it was funny that I came across a fun fact about,
About
woodchucks that could
woodchucks.
chuck wood. Yep.
I bet you if it was a guy woodchuck, it was probably more wood than.
He probably measured from the base.
Apparently, we'll find out later where
roots.
he might have been living.
Yeah, I didn't realize the root of a penis actually is the thing
Yeah.
until I was reading the poll. Yes.
What poll you reading?
What poll are you reading? Where were you at?
I can't wait to get to this. It's going to see clearly the second half of this show is going to
It's
be
going to be
way
so much
better.
better. Yes. I'm sure of it. So I was also looking at some other different things. So Guinness World Records. So and Michelle Forgione holds the record for the longest burp. Guinness World Records says his history-making belch lasted 1 minute, 13 seconds, and 57 milliseconds.
Well, obviously you've never
Can you
been
imagine
around Dutch at
belching?
the Coney on a Friday night?
I was thinking of Booger.
That's
in Revenge
exactly
of the
what I was
Nerds.
thinking.
Best.
That's all I kept thinking of is either me
Oh, it's Gibbler's the worst.
I am pretty bad.
You know, it's funny about Gibbler, and this is a true story. I've had people that have just met Kimmy for the first time, and Kimmy farts like it's okay, like you're just hanging out saying hey,
A couple beers, fart.
and burps with an echo that rattles windows. But she's a woman, and I don't say that because like guys shouldn't do it either. But I think there's like this whole social thing about a woman, and I've had other women go, "What's up with that?" I'm like, I don't know. Talk to her
Don't
about
be
it.
jealous.
Hey.
Let it go.
Everybody does it. It's just whether you decide to do and honestly, it's not like I'm out tooting in public. I am more likely to belch in public, but
What do you
no.
mean more likely? You always
I
belch
always
in
belch
public.
in public. Yeah, and sometimes I don't even realize I'm doing it. I'm like, oh shit, that was probably not socially acceptable. But I guess I'm not necessarily socially acceptable. So there you go.
Not an ulcer. Yeah. I've seen you pee in lots of parking lots.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
I ain't hating on you. I was probably peeing right next to you. All right.
All right. Here's a fun fact for you. The left testicle hangs lower than the right on most men. If the right is lower, he's probably left-handed.
What if you got 3?
What if you've only got one?
I'm not going to lie to you. If I was at home watching this show
You
by
would
myself,
probably
I would
drop and
sta-
look in
I
the mirror.
would. I swear to God, I would.
Like feel down there,
I
see
would.
what's going on.
I'll be honest with you.
be
Like, if
honest
we
with
weren't
you.
doing the video anymore, I might do it right now.
The left testicle hangs lower, apparently.
Mike, do you
I
ever
don't know.
free ball?
Absolutely.
I do too, right?
You
But
got
as
to.
I get older, man, I can't do it.
I'm
It
afraid
depends-
I want to sit on them anymore.
It depends on the cut of your shorts.
Absolutely.
And where that seam goes up in
Yeah.
there, it just feels like a razor blade
Oh,
going up.
That's what I tell everybody. It's all potatoes, no meat.
Right?
And it gets
Yeah.
worse as you get older, apparently.
Oh,
Oh,
goodness,
it
you have no
does.
idea.
Yeah, they hang. Yeah. Anyway, all right, keep going.
All right. So did you know that there really was a Captain Morgan?
Yeah.
He was a Welsh pirate who later became the lieutenant governor of Jamaica.
Oh man,
Even better.
that would.
Yeah, where rum is like prevalent,
What a
So,
great
yeah.
documentary that would be.
right?
I'd watch that on Netflix.
I would too.
While
every
drinking
day.
Captain Morgan.
Probably.
I mean,
Then I wouldn't catch the end of it.
That'd be a 2-part miniseries.
That's right.
all right. So we've been talking about baseball a lot lately because
Yes.
obviously our Reds are kicking ass.
They're in first place by
I'm
themselves.
loving it.
I will
I'm
take
like,
back everything I said about them at the beginning of the season for you.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
it's
I-
fun to be excited about baseball again.
it is.
yeah.
They're playing right now.
I know. I know.
Go ahead and.
Okay.
I'm going to check the score.
Okay, you check the score, but here is a baseball fun fact for you. Many Major League Baseball players, including Moises Alou, Jorge Posada, and Kerry Wood, have admitted that they pee on their own hands during baseball season to toughen their grip.
Yep. I've heard that.
I'd never heard of this before. Like, how would it toughen your grip?
So you can cut into the ball harder.
I know, but like, what does pee do to your hand that makes it toughen your grip? I don't know.
I don't,
I mean, I
don't
guess
know
it would
the
make
science
it
behind
like
it.
it might make it stickier, make the ball stick. But I don't know. I just
Easier
found
to
that
rough
was
up the ball.
You've got to do this at home in your private life, right? Like, could you imagine if you're in a
in the locker room.
In the locker
Just
room
pissing
and-
on your hand.
Pardon me, I'll be right out.
because you got to sit down to do that, right? Otherwise, it's going to go everywhere. I mean,
It's like shielding
Yeah.
it off.
I can't.
or maybe it's in the shower. And some of those guys were
Yeah.
teammates. I wonder if, like,
Yeah.
hey man, you pee on mine, I'll pee on yours.
Absolutely.
Ew. Do you want somebody else to pee on your hand?
Do I want to pee on my own hand? Then
No.
I'd rather have my own pee on my own hand.
Yeah.
I can't break my streak of 125 days with no pee on my pants.
Now I'm going to ask you a question, and I don't know the answer to this. So, do you got to let your hand marinate in the pee to like really?
I would think you would.
You can't
You
just
just-
pee on it
yeah,
then
you
immediately wash it off.
For it to say it's roughing up your hand, I would feel like it would have to like, or do you like pee in a glove and then like wear it with? I don't know. Like I don't understand the concept.
I'll tell you
but-
this: I want to know all the ones that do it. So those are
Right.
the guys you're like, I don't want his autograph.
No. I'm
Hey.
Not, I'm
How do you think like the handshakes at the end of the game go now?
Oh my! Why do you think knuckle bumping started?
oh,
Right?
Yeah,
It's probably-
exactly.
yeah, pissing. I'm going to start peeing on my hand before dart matches.
Oh, even better.
You know, 'cause if it's going to help me hold that dart. All
I
right,
mean, whatever
Gilbert.
works, I guess.
Yeah. All right, let's do one or two more.
Okay. Another baseball one.
All right.
Johnny Bench.
Yeah.
He could hold 7 baseballs in one hand.
Yeah. I bet you he's
Like he had a huge mitt.
Yeah, I bet you he was above that US threshold.
I bet he was.
Right?
Think about how big that hand is.
That's what I'm thinking. 7 baseballs.
Yeah, so if actually I don't know if Kevin could pull the picture up, we could share it. He has one between each of his fingers in that picture.
Oh, yeah. I know
It's
which one you're talking
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's
About. Yeah. Ridiculous. I can hold
No.
7
no.
hot dogs in my hands. I don't know. About
that's kind
baseball.
of that sounded
impressive.
weird. That sounded like a Pornhub movie.
Maybe
Guy
it
with
is.
7 hot dogs in his hand.
How do we keep talking about hot dogs and corn dogs and stuff tonight? I know. All
right.
right.
Let's do one more.
Let's see here. I thought this was another fun baseball one. In 1999, New York Mets manager Bobby Valentine was ejected from the game in the clubhouse. He put on regular clothes and a fake mustache and returned to the dugout.
Yes.
And the commissioner's office fined him $5,000 for returning after an ejection.
Yes.
Yeah.
I never heard about
Famous
it.
Oh,
picture
yeah.
of him.
And the
just
mustache
sitting
is just him doing this.
there. Yeah.
He's
I
like,
believe he had
"Oh."
sunglasses on too. so
I don't know about you guys, but I would put in the relief pitcher right now.
Here's what I would do to the lineup.
I'm Billy Valentine.
I'm Billy Galentine. Oh, man.
I love baseball.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Gibbler. Are you ready for some Am I the Asshole?
I love assholes.
Do you?
I meant to say I love the asshole part of the show. Never mind. Either way, it's probably the same.
Oh, man. Things you never wanted to hear about your co-hosts.
No.
All right. Here we go. A friend of my wife invited my family. So my wife, this guy says, is 29 years old. And he has a 5-year-old son, and he's 26. Okay?
Okay.
And they were invited over for dinner by a 30-year-old male who has a 5-year-old daughter.
Okay.
So it sounds like a single dad. Now, as long as we've known him, this friend has kept to a very strict diet, which has almost always led to us eating over at his place. But he's an excellent cook, so I never minded it so much.
Okay.
Okay. For dinner, we were served salmon with quinoa and arugula. My son is very mild for a 5-year-old. He throws tantrums very rarely and is the opposite of a picky eater, but I could tell from how he was acting that he was not vibing with the meal.
5-year-old would.
5-year-olds might want a salmon patty, but not like grilled salmon.
Yeah, you got to cut that shit in a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
right.
fry it with some crinkle cuts instead of some quinoa.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was picking at his plate, shuffling food, and while he did try the salmon, he didn't seem to like it. I asked him if he was happy with his dinner, and he said no, he wasn't. I basically said, "Ha ha, kids, right?" and asked if there was anything else for my son to eat. Can you imagine being invited over and then you're like, yeah, like my kid's not even actively complaining about it, but I want you to feed him something different. Right? And anyway,
Yeah.
I'm probably letting you know how I feel about this
Peanut butter and
situation.
jelly for you.
My wife's friend said his daughter just eats whatever he makes, so he doesn't keep quote unquote kid food around the house. My wife said it was fine. Our son would be fine. Man, this guy's a dick. I'm sorry. I know where this is going, and it's just
Right.
Yeah. While he is a mild kid, he definitely gets hangry, and this was the beginning of our night, so we anticipated being there an additional hour or two. I said that our son needed to eat so he'd have energy to play and apologized, saying I'd be gone for just a few minutes picking up something for our kid. My
Okay.
wife's friend seemed irked, but said he'd try to keep my plate warm. This guy left the house to go buy this kid food.
You know he went to get nuggets.
He went
I
got
was
chicken
gone for
nuggies.
about 30 minutes, came back with a Happy Meal, ordered extra fries in case his daughter wanted any, which she was not allowed to have. I love how I just threw that in there. By the time I was back, dinner was winding down. My son ate his meal, we had dessert, and he went off to play with his friend. It was definitely a hiccup in the night, but things went fine. We had a good time, but my wife was definitely cold with me. When we got home, 3 hours after dinner, she told me that I was an ass at dinner for no reason. I pointed out that if I had gotten our son dinner, he would have been a monster the entire way home, to which she replied that we would have left earlier. I said I was just looking to solve the problem as it happened, and that if her friend had been more accommodating, we wouldn't have been in the situation in the first place. She got offended on his behalf and decided to just go to bed because we clearly weren't getting anywhere. It's been 2 days since, and things are still stilted between us, and I'm not sure where I went wrong. Am I the asshole for leaving dinner to get my son food even though dinner was served?
I want to know why this other kid's eating quinoa and salmon.
Well, my only comment to that would be is if that's what they've always eaten their whole life, then that's
Right.
you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
But
They don't know any different. But
the whole thing that was weird to me was if the kid really isn't complaining,
Right.
then only person really making this a big deal is you.
Yeah.
And this sounds like you don't even want to be at that guy's house.
And I'd be
I bet you there's some
probably
history
not. I
there.
mean, I feel like he said it's his friend's, his wife's friend.
That's a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what this is all about.
getting out of that house.
You got to get, yeah, he's like, I don't even want to fucking be here.
See, then I wouldn't have fed the kid,
Yeah.
so he would have started throwing a fit.
I
and then
bet he
could leave
smoked a
early.
J the whole way to and from. This guy clearly is the asshole, right? Oh, here we go. This is why I love Kim Ross. She debates the shit out of me on everything. And so you don't think he's bad for getting up in the middle of the meal and leaving for a half an hour and bringing back McDonald's?
Did it say he was gone for a half hour?
Yeah, he said that.
Oh, okay.
What if he'd only been gone for 20 minutes?
I'm thinking like if you're just like running down the street or something, but gosh, I don't know because like maybe he was just kind of deflecting because maybe the kid really was going to end up being a complete nightmare if he was hangry.
I'm shocked at this from you. Because you're that old school. You eat what
You
I
eat
fix.
what, yes.
And if you
but-
don't like it, go to bed hungry.
Yeah.
Right?
But if
How much?
when you have a 5-year-old, sometimes you like want to go ahead and pack some stuff just in case what they serve is not.
Does it say
up
they've been
to-
there before?
Yeah. He said he
So
liked
he
his
knows
cooking.
what this guy's making.
Right.
So,
And I like the fact
I
they're
don't
only going to be
know.
there another an hour or two.
right,
It's not like they're there for 3 weeks and the kids.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
I think there's
You
some,
just chill
there's some
out, you
underlying
calm
shit
down.
going on.
We'll
Yeah.
we'll feed you when we leave here, but just be polite.
Yeah, maybe this guy didn't like the salmon and he
He probably got him
got
a
a
Big
double
Mac.
cheese.
killed 2 Big
got
Macs
himself
on the
a
way
roadie.
back.
He killed 2 Big Macs on the way back. He was like, "What in the hell? I don't even know what kiwi or what was it, quinoa or what was it?
Quinoa.
I don't know what quinoa is.
You got that kiwi?
Kiwi, quinoa. Oh
you
man, I don't know.
Kobe Litton said 30 minutes at our McDonald's is quick.
Well,
Yeah. And we've got a bunch of them in
and
this
that's
little
normally
town.
because you have to go back through the drive-through because they messed up your order the first time.
You know the only thing this town has more than McDonald's?
Dollar Generals.
Police forces. We have 5 police forces
We do
now.
have 5 police forces
How
now.
does that happen in a town of 25,000?
There's 30.
Oh, the other day, AJ and I saw it looked like a convergence. There was 3 different types of police officers investigating the woods behind a Hardee's.
Do you think it's kind of like UPS and FedEx having where they're like, no, we're the ones.
And I'm
You know what I mean?
I'm just going to throw this out there. The police officers that weren't for the city were built like me and Puddin'.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, a one-legged man could probably beat him in a foot pursuit. I wish I was kidding. All right. Well, so what's the answer? What's the thoughts here? Debbie Burdett said he will definitely be a nightmare if he gets catered to. Absolutely, that's the whole
Yeah.
thing. At 5 years old, you're that 5-year-old basically has the whole family wrapped around his little finger.
Yeah.
Not the whole family, just his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
kinda
Mom won't
weird.
go do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. That dude just wanted a Grimace milkshake. Have you had those?
No.
AJ and I got one. They're really sweet. It tastes like berries. It almost tastes like a blueberry Misty Freeze from the Dairy
okay.
Queen.
Okay.
But it's a little too sweet.
Really?
It's very sweet. If you like sweet shit.
Yeah.
That's good for
I
you.
like the Shamrock Shakes. Those were always good.
What's that flavor?
I don't know exactly.
grass.
Yeah. It's not grass.
Arugula. It comes with a side of quinoa.
Side of kiwi.
All right.
Okay.
Are you
I know
go-
what quinoa is now. It's that it looks like rice, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. See, I'm one of those that would probably need the chicky nuggies.
Oh my god.
We're gonna stop and get you something to eat before we
Yeah.
go.
Exactly.
You would get hangry. I can already tell. I've seen it many times.
You've seen it.
It's not pretty. It's
No.
not pretty. All right, let's get into some of our news stories. You guys ready for the news?
I'm ready for the news.
All right. Do you guys want to jump right into? Let's do socks first, then we'll jump into penis. You know what I mean?
Well,
They kind of go hand in
when
hand.
when you're a kid.
when you're 8, 16.
Oh man.
All right, here's the first question. Or first story. A recent poll asked people how often they rewear socks, and 67% of people admit to rewearing them from time to time.
What?
67%.
That's a very high
2/3.
percentage.
So in that room right now, at least 2 of them rewear socks on the regular. We know Ponder does.
Yeah.
No. He doesn't. No. That man does not rewear socks.
And AJ doesn't because she's weird about it. So it's obviously city council member potential. And I'm saving names. Not everybody wants to be associated with our show. And Kevin. Now, here's let's say hypothetically, it says from time to time. So let's say that's once a year. Okay. I'm just trying to give somebody the pass on this one. 30% only rewear them maybe once, while 22% say that socks can last multiple days.
No.
Not with my feet.
No.
Multiple days.
No.
No, thank you.
Would you rather rewear your underwear or rewear your socks?
Neither.
No, I'm saying you got to do one.
Underwear.
I probably would do socks over underwear. I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such an interesting bar question. This is where if we were sitting around a bar right now,
We would
I'd
go
be
and ask
asking
strangers.
We'd be
even.
asking
Hey,
everybody.
Keith Lehman
You had
is
to.
guilty.
Guilty.
I didn't realize this was a thing.
I didn't either.
Keith, you are in the majority, buddy. 67%. 33% of people say they never rewear socks once they've been removed. That's me. It just
No.
30. I would rather just not wear socks.
Yeah.
It's-
I would do
Yeah.
that.
That's what I do.
would put on nothing.
yeah. 30% say they maybe rewear them once if they are if they're still clean. 12% said they'll rewear them only if I take a shower in the middle of the day. That
What's
is
it
a
matter?
very specific.
That's really specific.
How often do you take showers in the middle of the day?
Never.
Because I'm assuming these are people that get
Is
showers
that like
in the morning.
twice?
I guess. 22% said socks can last multiple days. 3% of people claim they never wash their socks. What?
Don't,
One day
don't.
and then
No,
that
you don't
needs
need to
wash.
No. too.
Yeah, man, if you're still nutting in socks at your age, man.
Do what you gotta do.
Oh man, maybe he just gets used to that texture. Maybe, I don't know. All right, let's talk about penis sizes.
Absolutely.
I know you guys are dying to know what country has the biggest dongs.
France.
Engorged.
Any
with
guess?
Excitement.
France.
France.
I don't know.
Jamaica.
Jamaica. You're going with Jamaica. Kim's like,
Yeah, man.
I'm making travel plans. All right. All right, here you go. As most people attest to the fact that size doesn't really matter, only guys with small penises, I think, say that,
Yeah, they do.
right?
It don't matter. Just how you-
Don't look at me.
But if you're really curious, scientists have come to the trouble of ranking average penis sizes across the world from biggest to smallest. If you get hung up on these sorts of things, I love how they just yeah. Who wrote this garbage? It was a woman named Eliza.
There you go.
Eliza Luku. Eliza wanted to know. All right, here we go. All right. Wherever possible, they avoided using studies where men had self-reported their penis size.
I was gonna say, are they taking it based on their measurements or somebody else's measurement?
No, so it was their own. How do you, what, can you imagine, what was your day like today? Man, I measured so many penises.
All right. Well, you want to use my socks?
I got carpal tunnel. It says on average, men from Ecuador and Cameroon were deemed to have the largest members, on average measuring almost 7 inches from root to tip when erect.
Huge.
I didn't realize there was such a thing as a penis root until I read this thing.
I would think that would be like the base.
The base. All right, so right there. So right now, Ecuador just became a very popular destination spot for newly divorced ladies.
We're never going there.
Next came Bolivia, Sudan, Haiti, where men
Okay.
penises tend to measure 6.5, 6.48, and 6.3 inches.
Okay.
You have to scroll right down the list to find the UK and the US. Americans took up 60th place
Yes.
with a penis size of 5.4 inches.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Brits placed 68 with an average of 5.2 inches.
Hey, it's not last.
I could probably guess who is. Just
Who?
from seeing the movie Hangover.
Which is?
Asian.
That's kind of racist the way you
Yeah.
just said that.
But I know, but I'm just saying from the Hangover movie.
It's a mushroom.
Men in Cambodia were bottom of the list with an average penis measuring 3.95 inches.
Button on a fur coat.
Call stack of dimes.
Half pack of Rolaids.
I was gonna say, is it based on just length, or is there some diameter measuring
This
as
was
well?
strictly length.
Okay. Okay.
I'll try to find girthiest penises by next week.
Missy, yeah, we have a job for you.
While theories might have persisted about penis length and body size being linked, scientists determined that the correlation is marginal based on their analysis of a number of studies. Researchers also found no correlation between penis size and BMI, body mass index. This differed from the research average breast size across the world, which showed a correlation between larger boobs and higher BMIs. Well, yeah, the penis isn't a big
It's
hanging
not a big
sack of
fat
fat.
sack.
If only it was.
Oh. It says the German research team addressed another penis size myth. It is often claimed that the length of the male limb can be determined by the size of the shoe or the average length of the index finger they observed. In 3 of the more than 40 studies evaluated, no connection to the length of the index finger was determined. But they noted that one studies within their pool curiously found an inverse dependence to the length of the middle and ring finger. There you go.
Okay,
So-
so just not the index.
So what's interesting, so after this show, the Kobe Littons of the world is talking about using socks. He's going to find out which side his testicle lays on,
Got it.
Right?
either
Which
the left
ones?
side or the right side. And now you can find out if you're above average or not, because the average size in the United States was it 5.2 inches?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the longest in the world, on average, is 7 inches from Ecuador.
Okay.
There you go.
Love it.
And that's the average.
The average length. Yeah, that means there's some bigger, some smaller.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll have it.
Genetics. Oh, I just want to come up with a T-shirt or a sticker that just references penis root. I didn't know there was such a thing. I just
The
assumed
root to
space. I love the fact that we have so many comments now. They're just flying by. This is the kind of show that we have to have.
Working on your boob size.
All right, you ready for another story?
Let's
Yes.
do it.
All right. Let's go into the guy in Illinois who was having the bad dream. A 62-year-old man in Illinois named Mark DeCara was recently sleeping when he dreamt that someone was breaking into his house. In real life, he grabbed a .357 Magnum, which was at his bedside, and shot at the intruder. But there was no intruder.
Did he shoot himself in the foot?
He shot himself in his leg.
Oh, man.
The police were called and he was taken to the hospital where he was treated and released. But for Mark, it wasn't just his leg. He had another problem. Apparently, he had a revoked card, which allowed him to possess the firearm in Illinois.
Okay.
So he was charged with possession of a firearm without a valid license and reckless discharge of a firearm.
That's a bad damn day.
Both are felonies.
Wow.
This guy had a bad dream and is getting charged with 2 felonies. What's a bad dream for you guys?
I mean, I'm sure that everybody can attest to that. Like, have you ever just woke up pissed off at people because of something that happened in the dream? I know that all women have, where they were like, well, that son of a bitch was cheating on me in my dream, and then you wake up and then you're pissed off at your significant other, and they didn't do anything. It was just a stupid dream, but yeah.
But you're still pissed?
And you can't turn the pissed off. I don't understand it. Like, you're like, I know it wasn't real, but I'm still a little bit pissed because what if he did? What if that's in my subconscious?
Oh, man. There's a lot of shit going on with that.
I'm telling you, us women were
That's why we
weird.
need to drink more beers and get it out.
That's right.
I have the same one, and I've had it forever. And it's always me in college, and it's always me that has to take a final in a class that I haven't been in for weeks.
Right.
I swear.
Really?
I redream it over and over. Every now and like once every few months, it's like, boom, I'm in the middle of English class, and I haven't gone for 3 weeks.
Or 23 years.
And but in my dream, and then the other one was I used to play softball for years and played baseball. I always had one where I would hit the ball, and as I was trying to run to first, it was like I was in quicksand.
Just not going.
I couldn't move.
Couldn't move.
Yeah, I've had both of those dreams recurring, and I know what it is. I didn't take college as seriously as I should, and I graduated with I was on the dean's list my last year.
It was the most expensive party I've ever
Oh.
been to.
And I think that, and I don't know what the quicksand one's all about yet, but
I don't know. I would love to go, like, you know how there's the dream interpreters? I would love to go to dream interpreters. But now, like, my problem is that I don't think that I actually get good enough sleep to where I'm, like, in REM cycle to dream. Or maybe I just don't remember my dreams very often.
I have this one a lot where I'll wake up and go, man, that was a crazy dream.
And then you can't remember it 5
30
minutes
seconds
later.
later, it's like, I'm
Yeah.
Gone.
I have no idea what I just
Yeah,
dreamt
if I
about.
don't
Yeah.
tell you what it was right then, it's done.
Yeah.
Would you pay for a device that actually captured your dreams so you could watch them?
Ooh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
As long as other people couldn't watch them.
What are you watching?
I don't know. Some days I'm waking up going, why the hell were they in my dream? Like somebody completely off the wall years ago something.
Oh,
And I'm not talking about like a sex dream, but I'm just talking about just awkward, weird situations. And I'm like, people think I was a lunatic if they
Nah, the Wiggles.
knew
singing
what
to
that
me.
was.
Topless.
Missy Meyer wrote, Dave was a dick the other night. My dream, mad at him all next day. I believe that, knowing Missy.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I don't mean anything negative by it, but Missy's a passionate person. I mean, that's what you are. You're passionate as hell. And so when you wake up angry, your passion takes over rather than your logic.
Yeah.
Have you ever just woke up angry and you don't even remember why you're angry, but you're just pissed
No, I feel like that's
all day?
that sounds like a chemical imbalance you need to talk to your doctor
yeah,
about.
probably
I'm waking
should.
up looking for a sock. I don't know.
He goes, I got gut punched. Oh, man. Well, there you go. If you're a light sleeper, I would just suggest keeping your gun away from your bed. Otherwise, you're looking at jail time. All right, here's our second and final story. We're doing a good job of keeping these under an hour.
This
That's
is our
my
third,
goal.
though, right?
Well, if you count the re-wearing socks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, and then penis size. So actually, we may be up to 4 stories. We're bringing out the heavy
Who's
thunder
keeping
tonight.
count?
We're getting a little bit longer.
Yeah, there we go. A 22-year-old man in Indiana. He's actually in Indianapolis. I looked it up. His name was Frankie Rosa, and he was arrested last week after shooting at a mouse outside his home.
Outside.
A mouse. His neighbors called the cops when they heard the shots, and they saw Frankie squatting down in the front yard, busting caps.
How big was this thing?
Are we going back to the what country?
Yeah.
Oh no.
He admitted he was outside shooting at a mouse that he had caught in a trap. Apparently, he caught the mouse inside, then brought it outside with the trap and shot at it. But that's not the reason he's in hot water. It's because a neighbor says that he and his 8-year-old son were outside at the time he fired the shot and was shooting in their direction.
Oh, jeez.
That's the wildest part about guns, right? Like, I understand that there are responsible gun owners,
Right.
but there's also
But
a
then
lot
there's
of
a
idiots.
crazy
There's a lot of guys
Frankie
out
in
there
his
shooting
front.
mice.
Right? Now, not surprisingly,
That
Frankie was...
son bitch got out the trap. He ate all my cereal.
Oh, man. Frankie was arrested for criminal recklessness, which is a felony, possession of a controlled substance, possession of narcotics, and dealing a controlled substance.
So it just snowballed.
Right.
Literally.
I think he might have been on some substances when he's like
Absolutely.
shooting at a mouse.
You sure this guy wasn't dreaming?
I like the fact that he's like leaning down
Right.
just to bust a cap
Just
in this.
squatting.
I'm going to get you.
You think you think he held it sideways?
I hope so.
He's like, I hate Mises to pieces. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody that was commenting tonight.
Yes, thank you.
It makes us a little bit more interesting, I think, sometimes to be able to jump back and forth with what you
I
guys
thought that
are
was
coming
just
up
the
with.
beer.
Yeah. And now you know that if you like a large penis, that you should move to Ecuador. And
Or if you like a button on a fur coat. A wink.
oh man, I can't believe this is the kind of stuff I'm 45 years old and this
You
is what
brought
I'm
this
doing
on
now.
yourself.
It is true, man. I just keep doing it. Anyway, Puddin', thanks again for coming
Oh,
back.
absolutely.
Thank you again to Kevin Shook that
having
helps
me.
us put these shows together. Thanks for everybody that stopped down tonight to support us. You guys are always welcome to come and hang out. We have a little green room that sits right next to the studio, and we got a beer refrigerator and all kinds of fun stuff. So
All the things.
yeah, stop down. And we got stickers. If you stop down, I'll give you some free stickers. We got another one coming out tomorrow. It's a new Big Papa sticker. And then
Oh, I love
Awesome.
it.
and then got a brass monkey sticker that we're going to do. And,
That one
and
might be my new favorite.
which one?
The brass
brass
monkey.
I redid it completely.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
It looks pretty cool. All right. Thank again to our Patreon sponsors. If you like our show and you would like to throw us a little tip in the tip jar, we'd greatly appreciate that. All you got to do is go to our webpage, after2beers.com. That's the number 2. And then if you click on the Patreon button, you will be taken right to our page. And Missy Meyer, it is absolutely an open invite.
Absolutely.
We basically record every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. So
Yep.
if you're interested in coming, get a hold of us in advance So we'll confirm that we're recording at that time, and you're welcome to come and hang out with us. We'll even put you on the show. You guys can take over.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
There you go. I guess without further ado, we have to ask our favor. It's arguably the most important thing we talk about every week, and that is this. If you see someone out there that you think is struggling, they probably are, and maybe they have a small Cambodian husband. And, but yes, and you can bring a member or Amber. I have totally screwed up this whole mental health thing at the end.
Sorry.
You know what? You get to talking about sizes of members, but now all I keep thinking about is, well, maybe I got to look up girth. I didn't realize girth was such a big deal. But anyway, if you see someone that's struggling, they probably are, just take, I'm sorry. I'm total. It's so funny when you see the comments and then you realize that you're trying to do something good in life and then you just keep thinking of members and sizes. Anyway,
okay.
Just check on your friends and neighbors. And honestly, I saw a sign today and it captured everything. It just said, be kind.
Right. Absolutely.
Just take care of each
That's all it
other.
takes.
out
Even
there.
if you don't know them, if you see somebody, just a kind word, say hi.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just ask how they're doing. Anyway, Puddin', we got to come up with some sort of cue for you to go out.
Okay.
Not like now, I mean, but we do the thing. Anyway. All right, Gibbler, I guess without further ado, we will talk to them all next time.
After 2 beers.